Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, we got a little clip that's been going viral where a pastor in a church, and of course, the church is full of women. These women seem to be maybe about anywhere from late 20s to maybe early 40s, early to mid 40s, most of them single, likely. And I'm not going to waste too much time. We're going to get to the clip, and then of course we're going to comment. So here we go.
There's so many single women talking about, God, send me a man. Who gonna ask you for your number, and when they see you, you acting like you don't see them? God for a husband. I said what I said. You asking God for a husband, and you walking around acting like you don't see nobody. You see him, say, girl, he looking at me. Look at him. Look him right in the eye and say, you looking at me? Because I'm sure looking at you. What you want to do? Asking God to send you a spouse, and you walking around here, you look like you want to be by yourself. Y'all seen the dude on TikTok, the gold digger? What he'll do is he'll park his Lamborghini on the street, and then he'll go holler at the girl, and she's like, I ain't got time. I ain't doing nothing. He go back to his car. He's talking about, wait a minute. What you doing? Where you going? What's your name? If you don't get out of my face, I'll push you on the ground. If you don't want me for who I am, and you only want what I have, that is me in the wine press. There's so many single women talking about God.
Now, it's interesting that you now have these sort of younger pastors. This one looks like he's in his maybe late 30s or so. This is not an old man, right? I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's married or not. I have no idea who he is or what church this is or anything. So I'm not going to speak to that. But I'm seeing a trend of these younger Black male pastors, preachers, whatever you want to call them. And the congregation is full of single Black women in a similar age group. And a lot of the times the church is being accused of fostering the strong Black woman or the single mother or the, those mindsets. And there's an argument to be made, but that's not what this video is about. It's about him telling the truth here. If you're single and you want God to give you a man, then you have got to at least present yourself as friendly and as open to someone approaching you. He's talking about that resting bee face. He's talking about that scowl. He's talking about the energy that you carry. Aside from their behavior, their overall energy that they carry, he said it. He said, you look like you want to be alone. You look like you want to be left alone. You don't present yourself friendly enough to be approached by anybody. If a man were to try to approach you, you've got such a stank little attitude and such a stank little energy, then you likely missed your blessing acting like that. And let's go into something else. Before I go into the part where he talks about the gold digger, I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about that energy. And I want to talk about how many husbands you've passed up. How many husbands have these women passed up? Thinking that they better than somebody, thinking that they can do better than the last man that they had that treated them well, that was doing everything that they wanted that man to do, but maybe he didn't have the dollar amount that they thought that he should have had, or providing them with some type of lifestyle they thought that they should have had, or whatever the case may have been. It's in some aspect, she thought she could do better than that man and left them, and has not been able to top that man since. Hasn't been able to do it. How many women have passed their husbands, overlooked their husbands, friend zoned their husbands? And I'm not talking about passing up the guys that you just didn't like, that there was no connection and there was no alignment. I'm talking about the men that they dated. I'm talking about men they've had sex with. I'm talking about men that they have been with. And these men are their husbands. And because they think that they can do better than their husbands, they do better than the men that they think are their husbands, then they continue to search. They drop that guy, sometimes for literally no reason. There was a video of a chick going around talking about how she dropped the guy and he was awesome for literally no reason. She was like, he didn't do anything to me. I just stopped being interested in him. They had been dating, not for no couple of weeks, couple of years actually, I think she said. And she was just like, he just wasn't my husband. She'll never be able to top that guy. She'll never be able to get better than that man. That was her husband. She's going to realize it down the road when she can't get better. When the treatment of the men that she really wants, because y'all think y'all be settling for these men. And really, they be settling for you a lot of times. Because you have baggage, you have children, you have emotional baggage, you have relationship baggage, you jaded, you bitter, you mean. And so a lot of times these men are settling for you, not the other way around. Let's move on to what he was talking about, the gold digger part. And I know what he's talking about. I've seen these little TikTok guy. It was like he do like a little prank or whatever. He do the whole Lamborghini thing. And then the chicks, 9 times out of 10, the chick, you know what I'm saying, she wasn't paying him no attention. And then once she realizes that the Lamborghini is his or whatever the case, she comes running back over to try to spin the block. That's another thing. Wanting these men at the finish line, wanting what they can do for you or what lifestyle you think that they can provide for you. And it's got y'all missing out on these men. You've missed out probably on anywhere from 1 to 3 possible husbands because you have allowed social media, you have allowed sisterhood rhetoric, you have allowed hyena rhetoric to tell you that a man is not good if he doesn't have a certain dollar amount or be able to spend a certain dollar on you. That his value as a man is only in his pocket. It has nothing to do with his characteristics, has nothing to do with his integrity or his masculinity or his mindset or his vision or anything. You have allowed social media to tell you that you are in struggle love if he don't make $100,000 and all that type of stuff. And because you allow that delusion to go on with you, this is how you've missed out on the men that would love you the way you think you should be loved. All because, oh, I don't think he got a dollar amount. I don't think he make this much and that much, and we can go on trips and this and that. Until you realize when you get older that those things were never important. They were never as important as you thought that they were going to be. And it's absolutely more important to have a man of integrity, a man of true value. And then the money can come along. Nobody's telling y'all to get dudes that, you know what I'm saying, that nobody has a dollar to their name. Nobody's telling you to get with a guy that doesn't have potential, doesn't realize any of his potential, doesn't have anywhere he's going in life, doesn't have a vision, doesn't have a purpose, is not purpose driven, doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing as a man. Nobody told y'all to go with that guy. Nobody's telling y'all to pick that guy. We're telling you that all of these unrealistic expectations are indeed unrealistic. And this is why you continue to be single. Because you have this super high esteem of yourself and you have this really low esteem of men. And as long as you keep that mindset, this is what keeps you single. And you got these pastors, because how many of them women think that they got a shot at that pastor? Them women are going to his church because they're attracted to him. He's the pastor. You know what I'm saying? They want to be the first lady. They like status. They want to be with this guy. Those women are in that church because they like him. Anyway, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.